Podcasting to the world. It's the CK Mornings In Case You Missed It podcast with Chris, Alana, and Matt. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. From our mouths to your ears, here's what you missed.
Guys, I don't want this to become my whole personality, but it is.
Oh, man.
I'm a biker, man. I am. On the road yesterday, the wind blowing through my helmet. I'm wearing a helmet.
Good.
Like a good, responsible
Gotta keep you safe.
biker. Yeah. I was ready for a nap yesterday. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not letting this beautiful day pass me by. Rock out to the shed, and I grab my bicycle, and I just cruise the streets, and I'm loving it. I went down so many streets at north end of Chatham-Kent. That's my hood. I went down so many streets yesterday that I've just never been down. I'm born and raised here. I've lived here for 40 years of my life. And there are streets yesterday I was like, I've never been down here. Let me take a look.
Biking is good for that. You can get you cover a lot of ground, and
Yeah. Although I think some neighbors are probably like a little weary of the guy riding a bike just cruising through their neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like there's some like,
Right. Or is he scouting out our place or something? Yeah.
What's he up to? But I'll have you know, if you're in the north end of Chatham-Kent around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon and you saw a older gentleman, silver hair flowing out of his helmet, and I was just out for a good rip. I'm loving the bike rides, man.
it's so fun. I'm happy for you. I think it's good. It's keeps you healthy and whatnot. Low impact, as you said.
Got some listeners that have reached out. They might have bikes available. I still need a bike my size. That's still not been acquired yet.
Right.
Yeah. I had my Facebook marketplace has not been working the way I wanted it to. No, I'm not getting any bites. I need a bike, an adult-sized bike.
You think this has the potential to last, or you think this is just a fling?
Yeah, like a flavor of the week kind of thing.
It's 100% a flavor of the week.
Next summer, you're not going to be biking around? Something about you on a bike is funny to me, like the contrast. Because biking is so pleasant and la-la-la, the wind in my hair, the sunshine.
It's great. I will see. Let's see how long this lasts. But right now, this is my personality. Mm-hmm. I was cruising through the courthouse. You know the backyard there, the soccer fields. Mm-hmm. They got a couple paths back there. Be aware, us bikers, man, there are geese that are just, I don't know how many, there had to be 60 geese sitting there on the path. Cobra chickens just owning the path. I had to slalom through them. I was like, if I fall down and roll in geese poo, what a failure to enjoy my bike ride.
You on the side of the road.
I was approaching them, and I was like, I don't have a bell.
I was going to say, do you have a bell then?
So I went, doot, 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 doot. Like, geese don't care.
No.
They're not moving. They were just there in my way. So then as I got closer, I'm like, you guys can fly. Don't you fly south? Like, get out of here. They were not moving. I was slaloming through these geese. And I was, and now the ground's slick because they just poop. That's all they do, right?
Yeah.
They're just everywhere. Just a mess. Just a mess.
Well, that's very nice. Do you listen to music when you bike?
No, you can't. Got to keep your ears open for traffic.
I don't know.
You would never last
Not
on the
a
streets.
biker like you.
You would never last. We can't patch you in.
No.
I was riding my bike, and I saw two older women riding their bikes. I'm like, maybe I need to add a partner. Like Ponch from Chips back in the day. You guys wouldn't get the reference. But, man. I need a partner. I can't just cruise the streets by myself.
Like a tandem bike partner?
No, not a tandem. I need someone just to ride next to me. If I could get a sidecar, would be great, too. Because I want to ride my bicycle!
I want to ride my...
Only a couple more weeks to go that you can savor it.
This is my personality for the next 2 weeks, so enjoy it. When I start wearing my my clip-in shoes in here, you know, those,
shorts.
First time I see you in bike shorts. That's the last time.
Padded bike shorts. I'm gonna ride my bike to work before this is over, guys.
Oh no!
I'm gonna roll in here. I might bring it right here in the studio when I get a bike, when I own a bike. So if you've got one, let me know.
Poor Kate, you're using her bike.
She can't feel it. We can't be a biking gang together because I'm on her bike. Yeah, we'll get there. You guys been following any of this P. Diddy stuff going on?
Very much so, yes.
Oh, what a alleged pig.
He's toast.
Yeah, he's going to be in some trouble. He's being held right now without bail. Three charges: racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He tried to offer to pay $50 million bonds. He'd wear an ankle monitor, and he would limit his travel from New York to South Florida. Like, man, you wouldn't want to stay just in your apartment in Florida. He's like, in New York, he's like, I will only go to New York or Florida.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Like, that's not working. Accused of forced labor, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Diddy. He was allegedly luring women with the promise of a romantic relationship, and then he would force them to engage with male workers at parties he called freak-offs.
Yeah, there's been rumors about these
Freak-offs.
parties for a long time. It's very, very dark stuff.
Oh, man.
Terrible.
I don't want to go to a freak-off party. Count me out for that one. He would control his victims through physical violence, promises of career opportunities. Like, he was a well-connected dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people were like scared of speaking out.
Yeah, and he'd be like, hey, don't speak out. I'm going to take you places.
Uh-huh.
And he would financially assist them or withhold financial support. Like,
Yeah,
he
he had
controlled
that
these
power
people.
leverage for sure.
Yeah, allegedly. Again, all
Allegedly.
allegedly. It's into the courts right now. But he could be facing a maximum of life in prison. And there's just a bunch, like, these stories go on and on. Raid of his home earlier this year reportedly seized narcotics, firearms with defaced serial numbers, and 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I saw some of those details. I was
Ow.
like, what is it? Like, what is happening here?
He was into it, man.
Yeah, it's sick. Like, it's
Wow.
insane.
Yeah, and then the videos that have come out, like of him abusing his then girlfriend, like
With Cassie, yeah,
Oh.
which was a terrible video. That kind
Yeah.
of kicked this whole thing off, I feel like. She was brave enough to speak out.
Good for
and
her.
ever since then, I feel like. But he was still so smug about it, even the last couple of months, even after that video came out.
yeah, he was trying to pay people off,
Mm-hmm.
like don't speak and keep this quiet, and we'll have more freak offs. Like, yeah, these freak offs, the everyone would be so exhausted they would need IVs to recover.
Is this a real fact?
Yeah.
Wow, it's
What?
allegedly a fact.
Allegedly a
Yeah.
fact.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Wow.
I can't even, I don't even want to imagine, like.
Yeah. It's crazy to think there's a whole world going on.
It's like the dark side of Hollywood,
Yeah.
you know?
No kidding.
It's a dark side of life,
Yeah.
not just Hollywood. Like, this stuff happens.
You think there are freak
I'm not going to
offs
give you an
around
address,
here?
but yeah, there's. I hope not.
I saw somebody walking through the store the other day with like 15 bottles of baby oil. Maybe that's what it was about.
Okay, if this is happening, let's just make sure it's all consenting adults that are willing to be a part of it.
This is
Man,
all weird.
Yeah. I hope he didn't advertise this freak off parties. Like, who would accept that?
How do you advertise a freak off?
An e-invite, probably. You got your email address?
Oh, man.
Yeah, we shouldn't laugh, man. Like, what a crazy.
This is weird.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I think he's done for.
Yeah, I we haven't heard the end of this yet. Like, this is just what we've heard so far. There's more stuff in there, and it's just all kind of beginning, and we'll hear this as it all comes out. Those all slippery freak-offs, eh?
Okay.
Wednesday mornings, Matt files the Crime Beat report, the latest on the weirdest, wackiest local crimes. There's never a shortage. Matt, what have you got for us this week?
All right, so my wife's getting involved in the crime beat this week.
Oh.
Yeah, interesting, eh? So this
Wait,
happened
hold
before.
on.
Yeah?
Is she appearing on the Crime Beat, or is she a reporter?
She's
for the
helping. She's a reporter for the crime
Okay.
beat. Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
we'll go with that. Good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll go with that. So I got a text last week, Friday, and it said, the cops are at the illegal mushroom shop on St. Clair Street. They're taking the signs down. And I was like, no way. So then I started getting this was in the afternoon already. I just woken up from my nap in the afternoon, and after I got home from work, and she sent me this text. So I was like, got the newsroom on it right away. Sure enough, we confirmed with the police that they were there right at the time and all that too. So she's my reporter on the street.
Way to go, Michelle.
Yeah.
Was she visiting said shop?
She just happened to be driving
Okay.
by.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure, okay.
That's how she knew. Anyways, they did close that place down again. So I don't know if anybody knows if it's open again yet, but they took the signage down, everything this time, seized another $14,000 in magic mushrooms. So we'll see. But for now, the Weaver Inks are always watching.
Got an eye on you.
Another one I had here was the 48-year-old Chatham man spending some time in a holding cell after he breached his release conditions. And this is a no contact order that he had with one of his victims, but police said he was arrested after he made a gesture toward the woman. It just says that he was seen making the gesture and was arrested for breaching the condition. Well, now, I tried to look into this. I don't know what the gesture was. So I don't know if it's more fun to let the imagination run wild, or like, was it a wave? Was it a...
Did he wave with all his fingers?
That's what I mean. Exactly, right? Like, I'm not sure, but I guess no contact means no contact.
Interesting.
So just keep that in mind.
No gestures.
Yeah.
Noted.
Just keep your gestures to yourself.
Exactly. Another one I had was the importance of getting a good night's sleep, because there were 2 people arrested after police in Leamington saw a parked vehicle with its engine running. They went to check on it and found 2 people sleeping inside. They also found some fentanyl and some weapons inside.
Yeah.
So if they would have just had a good night's sleep.
You buried the headline on that one, yeah.
They had to take their nap, though.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I had a story about a 21-year-old Chatham man arrested in connection with 5 thefts, thousands of dollars worth of stolen property. And we don't have details on what he stole exactly, but we do know that he tried to get away on a bicycle, which was his biggest mistake. And I know, Chris, you're big into biking right now.
Yeah, buddy.
You're better off running away. You know why? Because if you're riding a bike, you'll always be too tired.
I don't like...
Too tired? You can't.
Why'd you start him back up?
I hate that this man brings a black eye on my biking community.
Yeah, it's a bad look for the bikers. Went out with some friends the other night, a group of us. And when we were leaving, we left the restaurant. We said our grand goodbyes, you know. It was like a 2-minute production. Goodbye, yeah, it was nice. Yeah, we'll see you, we'll see you, we'll see you. I'm like, great, got a good goodbye in, ready to go. Then I realized we're parked at the back of the parking lot next to each other. So we say our grand goodbyes, and then we're walking in the same direction for like 30 seconds. And I literally let out a... Because I'm like, well, I can't. We just said a final... We had the finale. What am I going to say? And the whole ride home, I'm like, I should have said something cooler. I'm like, that was awkward of me. I'm like, that was so embarrassing. It shouldn't be embarrassing, but it's embarrassing.
It's the worst. The worst. You say goodbye and you walk the same direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, what was all that for? I
Yeah.
could have said the grand goodbyes while we're doing the walk and talk. Instead, I let out.
You didn't do the whole like, oh, where are you parked? I'll walk over with you or whatever. Then
No,
you kind of find out.
It
That's when
kind
you
of
find
took
out.
me off guard.
Oh.
I was off my game, to be honest. I was frazzled. I was embarrassed. Shouldn't be embarrassing, but it was embarrassing. One of those things.
We asked this question. I didn't know the backstory, but we asked this question on our Facebook yesterday. What shouldn't be embarrassing, but is? That definitely is one. When you say goodbye to somebody and you walk in the same direction. Yes. So we've got some good ones on our Facebook. The Barnstormers weighed in, said going 0 for 3 with a walk. That's embarrassing. Tracy says being somewhere with your older kids, knowing darn well by the looks in their faces that they clearly don't want to be there, but they know they have to. As a parent, sometimes you're like, ugh,
Yeah, I can
stupid
imagine.
kids. Jenny says tripping. Yes. That's right. You know when you
Yeah,
trip
tripping, yeah.
and then you turn back and you look at it? Like,
Yeah.
what tripped me over there? Amy says choking on water. Yes. Aaron says singing incorrect song lyrics.
And when you sing them with like conviction and you think you're so right, and
it's
then
the
you're like,
worst.
ah.
Postma Heating and Cooling. They sponsor our
Oh.
studio. Said having your windshield wipers on too fast.
Oh, it is, yeah. Because sometimes when you put it on top speed, those things are zooming, and it's so dramatic for what?
Don't judge me. Megan says farting. Everyone does it.
I know it is embarrassing, but really, like, why? Like, you know what I mean?
You just stink. That's why you leave the studio. Dawn says, I hate walking into a small store, not finding what I want, and then walking back out without buying something.
Yeah,
That was one on
totally.
my list too. You
Yeah.
feel suspicious, and you have to make up like an excuse or like a production.
What's embarrassing but shouldn't be? 519-354-8684. These are a few from our Facebook. Lisa says trying to parallel park with people watching.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Wendy says when you sneeze too loud.
Yeah, or blowing your nose in public. Yep,
Carolyn says a mammogram.
I could see that. Any kind
Yeah.
of doctor's things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs to be done. It's
They
a...
see everything, but yet you think you're like the worst they've ever seen, or
What's embarrassing but shouldn't be? 519-354-8684. You can weigh in on the text lines. You had some more, you said.
yeah. Well, I believe Amy commented and said choking on water. I put when food goes down the wrong pipe, and then you have to announce it went down the wrong pipe.
Wrong hole. It went down the wrong hole.
Explain yourself.
Yeah.
Also buying toilet paper, which
I
just
had that on
happened
my
to me
list.
not that long
Really?
ago. I was checking out and my bag was full, so I had to carry the toilet paper on my arm like it was like it was a child. I had it in my one arm tucked in there. I had to walk out, and it's like you need it, but it was so embarrassing. Jumbo toilet paper pack.
Yeah, like if you go to like Costco and that's all you get the one that you have to huff on your back.
It's like, oh no, everyone knows.
Like you're a mule. You're just dragging it out
Really?
there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're confident. You're just cool. bud.
I buy toilet paper. I don't think twice about it.
Oh, I hate it.
I got a text in that said buying feminine hygiene products.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that might be from a guy, but again, why is that embarrassing? It shouldn't be, but it is. 519-354-8684.
I'll say it's self-checkout at like a place like Shoppers Drug Mart or like, those kind of places where you might be buying something that you don't want someone seeing.
Oh, I gotcha.
Then it's so much better buying it as the self-checkout.
That saved a lot of stress. What have you got to add to our list? What's embarrassing but shouldn't be embarrassing? We asked the question. We asked it on our social media. We asked it here on the air. Is what's embarrassing but shouldn't be? That's an embarrassing moment. That happens. But for some reason, we get all like, ugh, embarrassed. I got a couple more on my list.
Me too.
519-354-8684. Go ahead. What else did you have?
I put picking up dog poop.
Yeah.
I hated having to walk my parents' dog because I knew, and then you got to walk with the little bag, and
Yeah.
that's always seems to be when you pass the most people, and
Yeah.
the bag's hanging there, and it's sick.
Yeah.
The worst. Victoria says loud toddlers in the grocery store. They don't have volume. Yeah. And you know what? Kids in general, when they throw a temper tantrum, for some reason, you're the one embarrassed. But like, they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
just
as someone
stop.
without kids, I don't really think twice when I see. I'm like, okay, it's a toddler having a tent. That's
Yeah.
what they do. Like, it's no big deal.
As a
But
parent,
I can imagine.
Yeah, you're just like, put me in a hole, cover
Yeah.
it up.
Somehow they reflect you. Yeah.
Exactly. Michaela says getting gas and finding out you forgot your purse or wallet. Yes.
Oh,
I
boy.
also put if your card gets declined or anything, but you know you have the money and you got to
Oh,
say.
man.
I had just using the machine. It's always like you always just sense up, even if you know I got lots of room.
There's that moment where you're like, what if something happened? Or
Like as soon as you punch it in and then it's like processing. That's the worst 13 seconds of life. You're like, oh no.
because sometimes it takes a little long. It
yeah.
feels you're like, what's going on in the back end?
Yeah, it's like a bunch of monkeys running around trying to find your money. Lisa says someone whose food is wrong at the restaurant, they make a scene or are the rude ones to the wait staff. Yes. Gord says picking up a prescription from the pharmacy for a, quote, health issue. I'll ask you about that next time I see you, Gord. And Dalton just says existing. What's embarrassing, but doesn't have to be. For some reason, we just get like, ugh. Or
Yeah,
shrivel
and the
up.
other people probably aren't thinking twice about it. Like I put starting a new job.
Yeah.
Someone starts
Yeah.
a new job. I'm like, okay, awesome. But when you're in the position of starting a new job,
Yeah.
it's so embarrassing. You have to ask where you're supposed to eat lunch, where are the bathrooms.
Yeah.
You think about what you're going to pack for lunch because you don't want something obnoxious or that's going to smell up the new workplace.
You don't want to be known as tuna.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I had fly open. Having your fly open.
Yeah.
Like it's just the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it could be really bad, and it would be basis for being embarrassed if you're showing off. But 9 times out of 10, nobody sees anything.
Or
It's
like,
worse.
along the similar lines, like if you got food in your teeth or something, it shouldn't really be embarrassing because you didn't know it was there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is. You can feel yourself turning red.
I got knocking on the bathroom door to see if someone's in there.
Oh yeah.
When you're the one knocking or when someone knocks when you're in there?
Well, both ends of
I
that.
hate
is-
when someone knocks when I'm in there.
Yeah.
Feeling that door shaking because they're testing you.
Yeah, you're like,
No, they're coming for me.
The lock better work.
What's embarrassing but not? What else did you have?
I put if you're doing a presentation or anything like public speaking and someone says we can't hear you,
Oh, just shut up.
forget it. I'm not doing it anymore then.
Every Wednesday morning, we check in with Chatham-Kent Mayor Darrin Canniff. Today, we are worldwide. Mayor Canniff is not in Chatham-Kent today. Usually, he's at some different location. But today, a little further from home, Mayor Canniff. Have we dialed you in there?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. I'm in Portugal. For
Portugal?
the next couple of weeks. Yes.
You know you could just say, we're busy, and you don't have to take my call, right?
Oh, I enjoy talking to you guys. And the toughest part about me going away is that I start missing things back home, like ProFest and all those things we'll
Oh,
talk
my
about. But no, it's my 30th wedding anniversary, and my wife wanted to get away. I tried to convince her a 2-week staycation in Chatham-Kent would work, but she said something about happy wife, happy life. And so I'm here.
That's hilarious. So you're ahead of us in time. It's like middle of the afternoon, correct?
It's about 1:45 now. Somewhere we're 5 hours ahead where we're at.
Very nice. Where in Portugal are you?
We're in Fatima right now, so we're working across country. We'll be in the Azores, and we're Algarve. We're going to be in Lisbon. We're touring the whole country, checking it out.
Matt, I was like, Mayor Canniff's in Portugal. Let me Google this real quick. It comes up with wildfires and floods. So you're all good over there, right?
Oh boy.
We actually got detoured. We're driving from one city to the other. We had a road closed because of the fires and smoke everywhere, and there's ashes coming landing on you. So you're looking. Looks like you got a severe case of dandruff, but it's ashes coming from the wildfires.
Oh, very interesting. Very interesting.
My
All right,
goodness.
so you are gone. You're going to miss some things here.
Yeah, you mentioned it. You're going to miss Crow Fest, which I know you had mentioned in the past you're very disappointed for. But are you keeping up on social media and everything over the next couple of days for the event?
Yes. Got to stay tuned in. But Crow Fest, things start tonight, and I'd love to be there. Given I co-chair the thing, I'd love to be there. But
Oh, no.
you got to do what you got to do.
Very nice. Let's stay on the bird theme. Matt, you had a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to know. So time's ticking down on this chicken bylaw. The public meeting that's taking place tomorrow. The survey closes tomorrow. What are you looking for out of that still before it goes to council?
Well, it's you're just getting some more public input. Because we're bringing in the chickens into rural areas, and just want to get some more feedback on things before or as things move along in the process.
Let's talk chatham-kent.ca to find out more information. The natives must think this is weird that there's a gentleman on the phone walking around Portugal talking about chickens in the backyard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we're walking through a market right now. So, yeah, there's all sorts of people around. So.
So interesting.
I wanted to ask, I saw in the news that Drew Dilkins, the mayor of Windsor, they're looking at a 12.9% budget increase. Almost 13% budget increase. Now, I know it's Windsor, and we're in a different spot altogether, but just a little forecast and outlook to what our budget looks like for 2025.
Well, the public number out there is around 9. We started at 8.1. There's been it'll be lower than that. How much lower? We're going to work towards that. But that's what's happening across the province. A lot of municipalities are looking at 10+%, and the key piece is the government downloads from the federal and provincial governments we're experiencing through all the costs of homelessness and affordable housing, through to just general downloads that you don't hear about. But when they give you funding and then they cut it off, they don't give you inflation on it. Well, the local taxpayers end up picking up the cost there. So you'll see that right across the province. You're going to start hearing a lot of places like Toronto had 10% last year. You're going to see that in the same neighborhood again. It's absolutely insane that they're dumping the tax increases on the municipalities so that they don't have to do it.
So, what happens? Is it we just buck up and we pay it, or what happens? What can we do with that?
Well, I mean, we're pushing back collectively as all municipalities, as well as our taxpayers. That it does come from one taxpayer in the end. But what they're doing is they're pushing it onto municipal taxpayers and saying, "Here, you pay it. We don't want it. We're not going to fund you properly for those things." So the municipalities are looking at everybody saying, "Look, what are you doing? You're all these high increases, but it's because of all these downloaded costs that we're experiencing. That's what's driving a lot of it." So that's what you'll see over the next several months is municipalities across the province are going to be having similar to what Windsor is experiencing.
I'll tell you, if Chatham-Kent has a 10+% increase, you should just stay in Portugal. Yeah.
Well, I will guarantee you we do not have a 10% tax increase. It'll be much less than that, yes. So we will be much better off than Windsor.
All right. See the threat? I get things done, guys.
You do.
I should have said 4. I should have said 4.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Mayor Canniff, we won't keep you too long over there in Portugal. We appreciate your time. I know you got a case of FOMO, missing out. We had a ton of things going on back here.
Busy weekend.
Yeah. Yes, well, I want you guys to take some pictures of you at Crowfest and send them to me, all right?
All right, we'll do that. We'll get it out there. And we want some Portugal pictures, too, coming back the other way.
I'll send this way, but make sure you get out. It's going to Crowfest can be awesome. Grab your friends, grab your family, take them out, and it's going to be an amazing experience.
Grab a random crow, head on down, be a part of Crowfest. Mayor Canniff, thanks for finding some time on your vacation, and you and Christine, congratulations on 30th anniversary. Thanks, Mayor Canniff.
Thank you. Yeah, well, she deserved it after putting up with me for 30 years. So
I imagine she's giving him side eye right now.
Like,
Get off
you
the
wrap
phone.
it up?
We're in Portugal.
yeah, I said it loud enough so she could hear me.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, Mayor Canniff.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Bridget Carleton, our very own Bridget Carleton, graduate of John McGregor Secondary School, former Panther. She hit the game-winning three-pointer last night with seconds left on the clock. Exciting.
Collier with 7. Draws 2. Carleton from way outside. Bridget Carleton for 3. Minnesota by 2. This is incredible.
It's just chilling, eh?
I know. I love it so much.
She's been on fire. The team's been on fire. The last 10 games, they've won 9. Second overall in their division. They're tracking the right way. They beat the Connecticut Sun yesterday, which is interesting because Bridget was drafted in the second round 2019 by the Connecticut Sun. Yes.
Wow.
Signed a contract April 2019, was waived by the Connecticut Sun July of 2019. And then she went on and played with the Minnesota Lynx, and here she is, dropping a big three-ball.
Way downtown, too. I was looking at how far out she was.
30-plus feet. And their content all over the Minnesota Lynx social media is, like, BC related. Like, it's just so heavy. This is awesome.
You're right. On fire.
Yeah, so they begin the playoffs coming up this weekend. Is it? I guess early next week they'll start the playoffs. But, yeah, they're playing really well right now.
Love it. Representing.
Yeah, love to see it. Love to see it. And it's just so funny because we've had the chance to interview Bridget. She's been in studio before. And, it's Chatham Kent. We know Bridget. We've seen her at Sons of Kent and stuff. Like, she's around. She's just got this still, shucks kind of, just hit the game-winning 3. Big deal.
I know, even though she's getting this, like, worldwide recognition and attention.
Yeah, good for her. Good for her. Way to represent Chatham Kent. Bridget Carleton on the world stage. Sad to tell you, we did not win the Lotto Max last night.
Oh, the record one, too.
Record-breaking $80 million jackpot. We are not the winners.
Shoot.
I didn't even play.
I forgot to buy tickets, too.
Oh, no, and you usually play.
Because we talked about it yesterday morning. It was the record. So was it last month? A couple months ago, they announced that the Lotto Max jackpot, it used to be a $70 million peak. That was the highest it would ever get.
Yeah,
So it was going up to 80. So Friday night's draw was 75 mil. Nobody won it. And then it got up to 80 for the first time ever for last night's Lotto Max draw. And I did not win. Matt, are you checking yours right now?
No.
No.
Just checking to see who actually won.
Yeah, Matt doesn't play.
Yeah. Gray County and then someone in Quebec. So 2 tickets. So each ticket splits. So $40 million each. So.
That's good.
That's
I
good.
like the split.
No, it's not.
Share the wealth.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to win and split, so never mind. I'll win the next one.
You would. I feel like I'd be a little, even though I'm getting $40 million, it's great, obviously, but I'd be a little bitter.
Yeah, you'd be like,
what are the chances?
Come on. So now the next jackpot for the Friday draw will be $10 million.
Oh, so it drops
Oh,
low.
man. That's a measly $10 million?
I'm not buying tickets for that. Not wasting money. Come on now. Yeah, it'll go to 10 and then it climbs, and then every time there's no winner, I think it goes up by 5, and it could peak in again at 80 at some point. So
I didn't realize it drops down that low, relatively low.
That low.
Well,
Ooh.
10
million. Come on.
It is a big jump from 80 million to 10.
It is. Did you see that couple that won from? I just talked about this yesterday. Iroquois Falls.
Yeah.
Over the summer, they won $70 million. They recently just had their first child. Just a young couple. And it was his first ever lottery ticket that he'd ever bought. First ever one. And she called him. She said, hey, pick up a ticket on your way home. And he's like, I don't know how to pick up a ticket. So he just went to the cashier and said, how do I buy a Lotto Max ticket?
That's, wow.
Yeah. And then he ends up winning $70 million.
I hate those stories because that's the story that plays in my head because I don't ever really play. And when I do, I'm like, maybe I'll be that story. A woman buys a ticket. She never buys a ticket. And then she wins. So these are the stories that inspire you.
Yeah. I think they plant them now and then.
I was going to say, it's not even real because it's no fun if you hear someone who's been playing and who's in debt $10,000 because they've been gambling and playing the lottery for their whole life.
Oh, well, yeah.
This is better.
Gray County winner picks up $40 million. It breaks even after all the money they spent.
No
Like,
kidding.
that's not a good story.
They're like, no, say you never. He's like, I play all the time. They're like, no, say you never play. You
You've
don't even
never
know how
played.
to play.
You've never played. Apparently, this money could have went to your purchase yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I forgot for a second.
Atlanta's in the hole. We'll tell you why coming up at 8:40.
We were just talking about winning the Lotto Max, and I think I need to win it after yesterday's purchase, which I would call probably the lamest thing you have to purchase as an adult, the most unfun purchase an adult can make. New tires.
Ugh.
Just the process from the start to the installation.
Oh,
Those were
yeah.
Costco tires, weren't they?
They were Costco tires because my dad's got a membership, so he's like, they got a pretty good discount, or it's a pretty good price if you have a membership. So I hopped onto his wagon there and went to Costco, got the membership deal or whatever it is. But still, it's still like, I don't know, $1,300 around there. It's crazy. And then you're waiting for an hour and a half to, it's just, the whole process is terrible.
Wow.
And it's one of those, I think, the worst adult purchase because it's so expensive. And I know you're getting like the blessing of being able to have a safe drive or whatever. I don't take that for granted. But every other purchase, even like boring purchases, it's tangible. You kind of use it. Like, I got the new tires on, and then that's that. I'm like, well, $1,400 for what?
I got one that's bigger than that. One bigger, lame adult purchase. A new roof.
Oh, yeah.
That's
the
the bad
worst.
one because it's just like
Yeah.
tires. You need it. You know, you have to get it, but you're like, ugh.
It's the least sexy thing you get. It's like, oh, great, I just dropped $8,000, $10,000.
Yeah.
I don't even see it.
Yeah.
Like, and again, yes, I got a roof over my head, and I'm not, but it's like, ugh. I mean, you got other things I'd rather do with that money. What's the
Yeah.
lamest adult purchase you have to make? 519-354-8684. That's right up there.
Yeah, roof is good, tires. I guess any kind of like repairs that aren't fun repairs, you know?
Yeah, I think repairs are just like all in one. That's not fun, but yeah.
Matt, what's
Where
your
does
least favorite?
I was going to ask, where do you think a driveway lands in this? Because I know
Like a
some people get
paved-
really excited about a new driveway,
I
but
do,
at the same
yeah.
time, it's also like one of those things that you're like paying a lot of money for.
Yeah, that's.
I paid some good money, but I love it.
Were you excited or was
I
it
was
lame?
very excited, yeah.
See, it's all about perspective because if you ask 70-year-old Al Wills, my dad, about new tires, I drove over to their house after. He was so excited. How do they handle? He asked me. I'm like, what? He's like, are they loud? Reviews online said they're loud. I'm like, I don't know. They're tires.
Reviews online
Oh,
said they're
man.
loud.
And I'm like, I gotta be honest. The second I drove off the lot, I forgot what I was even there for. Like, I didn't think twice about
Maybe
the
there's
tires.
4 of them. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's got to be top lamest adult purchase.
Because there's other things that aren't like bed sheets or pots and pans or cleaning supplies.
I like a fresh bed
You
sheets.
get the
great,
excitement, of using it or whatever, and they're not as expensive.
Yeah, 354-8684. You get something that's lamer. A lamer adult purchase than a roof or tires.
Or maybe driveway, depending on
Drive-
where you land.
See, I love a drive. I'm the guy cleaning my driveway.
You like the driveway,
Oh,
eh?
it's a clean.
Do you
yeah.
think a driveway is lame, Matt?
It's just like, it doesn't seem like as long as you can drive on it, why do you need to replace it? You know what I mean? Like, it's just parking a car there.
Such a clean look?
Yeah,
Man, I love it.
Like,
I love
the
it.
function of it just doesn't seem like it's really.
Oh, here's one. Sorry, Terrence says sewage lines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like if you get a backup and the front yard has to get all torn up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh,
That's the worst.
dumb,
And
yeah.
it's such a production, too.
Yeah, Wendy says, yeah, she was messaging just as I said, on a roof on a house. It's the least sexy thing an adult can buy. What do you got for our list? The least sexy thing a man or an adult can buy.
The least sexiest thing?
Like,
I thought
yeah,
you were talking about.
Well, the same
Things
thing. The lamest
adult
thing an
things
adult
you
spends money
money
on. That's what I was saying. What are you saying?
A funeral.
A funeral.
Because
Yes.
it costs a lot of money.
Yeah. When I'm going, just put me in a shoebox. I'm good.
My dad says the same thing. He's like, don't spend the money on it. Like, for what?
Yeah, that's a good call. Like, now, are you thinking like you've paid ahead, or you've somebody in
I
the
paid
family?
ahead for 2 of them.
You've had to pay for 2 of them.
Well, the wife and me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a rough one.
you just need to go
Well,
first
there's,
then.
there's 20,000 right there.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. Appreciate the call. Thank you. Yeah, that's not fun. Deb says a furnace or air conditioning. I got new ones a couple years ago, and it was like much needed. Like, but it's like I don't see it. It's in the closet.
Yeah.
What the heck's that all about?
Jess says having to pay to empty your septic tank.
Yes.
No, you're probably just watching that. Like, I used to be cool. You know what I mean? I used to have disposable income for this and that, and now
Going
this is
clubbing.
it, yeah.
Now I'm putting my money in a septic clean out. That says weddings are also lame. Yeah, you know what? It goes right along with the funeral. Mm-hmm. Yeah, And spend your money on better things.
I know, and you don't even get to enjoy it. Even weddings, a lot of the times, I feel like the guests are having fun, but you're stressed out, you know?
Well, yeah, because you're paying the bill. Why are you drinking so much? I'm paying for every one of those.
Listen online every weekday morning at 94.3 CKSY.com. Weekends on In Case You Missed It, or tune into the podcast weekdays. Subscribe, rate, review, and tell your friends all about the CK Mornings In Case You Missed It podcast.